Greetings! I'm back again. This is what I do. I do a bunch of videos and then I have like a 4-month gap and I'll do a couple more and then it's just like, this is the process. Anywho, I was on a long trip last month. I was in India and it was fun and I had a good time. Lots of adventures, but I am so glad to be back in the States. I'm so glad to be back. I had all vegetarian meals, and I'm not an herbivore. Herbivore. I don't like plants. I mean, I'll eat them if I have to, but it's not really plants. Veggie. Okay, well, I'm a carnivore. That is the fucking point of this spiel. No fucking meat. Oh my gosh. First thing I did when I got back was I had a fucking hamburger. And I cussed every opportunity I could because I was with my family and I wanted to be proper and polite for them. So no swearing. Had to... This even... See, can you see? This my mom would have a problem with. Like, this is a low neckline. Well, I guess it kind of is, but this would be considered inappropriate. So I didn't wear this when I was in India, but I had like a tank top underneath it, or like a cami, because God forbid I show my clavicle or anything. Anyway, and of course, you know, I was wearing my Western clothes, so I got stares from all of the Indian women, and I would just give them a death glare back, like, "Can I help you? Can I help you with something?" What? So I still kept a little bit of my sass, but I had to tone it down, because, for my parents' sake. There's a fucking eyelash or something. Oh, I found it. See? Right there. Okay. Okay. So I flew back by myself. I flew out with my mom. I flew back by myself. I have a runny nose. Oh my god. Allergies. I flew back by myself. That was an adventure. I was very nervous. And my parents were like, you know, don't worry, people at the airport will speak English. In India, they'll speak English, and, you know, if you have questions, just ask. Okay. So then I had to stop at, was it immigration? I don't know. Something. Some desk I had to stop at. And this guy was talking to me in Malayalam, which is the language that my parents speak. My family speaks. And I answered in English, and I was like, do you speak English? I was like, I speak Malayalam just a little bit. He didn't speak English, and he couldn't get my passport to swipe in, so I had to go to somebody else, and he was just sitting there, like, complaining to the computer that it wasn't working. I was like, okay. Fortunately, I did encounter somebody who spoke English. I probably could have gotten through without any problems with him not speaking English. Anyway, my flight was 45 minutes late. No. Was it late? It was late. 45 minutes late. Okay. So I flew from India to Qatar, and in Qatar I was supposed to have 2 hours to get to the airport. Well, now my flight was 45 minutes late, so that slowed me down. And I had to go through security check at Qatar. Okay. So I'm like, shit. I have to use the bathroom. I have to pee, but I don't have time because I have to go to security. What if I don't have time and miss my flight? I need to be in America tomorrow, so let's get this show on the road. Okay. Don't go to the bathroom. Once you get to the airport, I'm rushing to the airport, go through security, and then once you go through security and you're at your gate, you can't leave. Like, you can't leave the gate. You can leave the gate, but if you leave to go to the bathroom and you come back, you have to go through security again. So I'm like, do I want to chance it? No. Hey, guess what? That flight was late also. So great. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a while. Because they made the announcement. Flight's going to be late. Okay. There's this chick sitting next to me. We're all going to Dallas. I'm like, let me just make some conversation with her. I need to work on my social skills anyway. I'm very shy. So I said, so do you live in Dallas or are you just going to visit? Literally, this was her response. No. It's like, am I really bothering you that much by asking you this incredibly personal question that you can't fucking interact with another human and just... It's like, okay, well, never mind then. Forget it. I'll sit here in silence. I couldn't get the fucking Wi-Fi to work my tablet and my phone, so I couldn't do anything. Just sat there and fucking waited. Whatever. Okay. So they give me so then we get on the plane. And the girl sitting next to me, of course, when I get on the fucking plane, okay, let me just tell you a pet peeve. I know that the fucking overhead bins or whatever, technically everyone can share them. But by the time I got on the plane, my bin was full. All the bins were full. So that's flight attendant. Can I put this somewhere? There's somewhere I can put this because the bins are all full. We'll look for a minute. Let's look. Can you just hold on to it now? I'm like, do you want me to put it in the aisle? I was in the window seat. I said, am I supposed to put it in the aisle? She goes, no, just take it to your seat with you. This is like, you know, a good sized piece of luggage that I need to put in my fucking overhead bin. And she wants me to, so I cram it into the fucking aisle with me, or the row with me. Meanwhile, this girl next to me in the center seat, I am 99% certain she has never been on a plane before. She got a job in America, so she's flying to America. She didn't know what was going on. She wanted to put her luggage there, and she couldn't, and she was blocking the people trying to get through, and it was a big old mess, and she just, okay, I feel bad. She's never been on a plane before. She was very nice, but 14-hour flight. 14 hours. Oh my gosh. And I can't sleep on planes. It's near impossible for me to sleep on a plane. Anyway, got back home, and as soon as I got home, it's like everything that I had pushed down, that I had to suppress for a month, I let it all out. I was hyper, I wasn't tired, I was like hyper and giddy, and I was laughing, and everything was funny, and it was great. And now I'm back, and yes, I'm just glad to be back. And that's it. Happy today's Saturday. Happy post-Thanksgiving / post-Black Friday / I hope you did not lose a limb if you were at the stores yesterday.